Imagine a conflict so deep-rooted that it spans generations and involves some of the most powerful nations in the world. From ancient history to modern-day politics, the story of Iran, Israel and Palestine is one of complexity, passion and unending struggle. Stay tuned to uncover the facts behind this ongoing saga.
Section 1. Historical background. To understand the present, we need to go back in time. The roots of the Palestine and Israel conflict can be traced back to ancient history. Both Jews and Arabs claim historical and religious ties to the land, particularly Jerusalem. This area, known as Palestine, was under Ottoman rule until the early 20th century. During the Ottoman Empire's reign, the region was relatively peaceful, with diverse religious communities coexisting. However, the rise of nationalist movements in Europe and the Middle East in the late 19th and early 20th centuries began to change the dynamics. Jewish nationalism, known as Zionism, emerged with the goal of establishing a Jewish homeland in Palestine. At the same time, Arab nationalism was growing, seeking independence from foreign rule. Section 2. The birth of modern Israel. After World War I, the British took control of Palestine under the Mandate system, established by the League of Nations. The Balfour Declaration of 1917 played a crucial role in shaping the future of the region. It expressed British support for the establishment in Palestine of a national home for the Jewish people, which led to increased Jewish immigration. Tensions between Jewish and Arab communities escalated as both groups sought to assert their claims to the land. In 1947, the United Nations proposed partitioning Palestine into separate Jewish and Arab states, with Jerusalem as an international city. Jewish leaders accepted the plan, but Arab leaders rejected it, viewing it as unjust. On May 14, 1948, the State of Israel was declared, leading to the First Arab-Israeli War. Neighboring Arab countries, including Egypt, Jordan, Syria, and Iraq, invaded Israel, but Israel emerged victorious, expanding its territory beyond the UN partition plan. Hundreds of thousands of Palestinians were displaced, a tragedy remembered as the Nakba, or a catastrophe by Palestinians. Section 3. The role of Iran. Iran, historically known as Persia, was initially neutral in the Arab-Israeli conflict. Under the Shah, Iran maintained diplomatic relations with Israel and even cooperated on various projects. However, the 1979 Islamic Revolution transformed Iran's political landscape. The new Islamic Republic of Iran, led by Ayatollah Khomeini, viewed Israel as an illegitimate state and became a staunch supporter of Palestinian groups like Hamas and Hezbollah. This support has been a major factor in the ongoing hostility between Iran and Israel. Iran's support for these groups is rooted in its broader strategy to counter American and Israeli influence in the Middle East. By backing anti-Israel militant organizations, Iran aims to destabilize its regional rivals and assert its leadership in the Muslim world. This proxy conflict has led to numerous skirmishes and proxy wars in Lebanon, Syria, and Gaza. Section 4. Key events and escalations. Several wars and intifadas, uprisings, have marked the Israel-Palestine conflict. The Six-Day War in 1967 was a turning point, resulting in Israel capturing significant territories, including the West Bank, Gaza Strip, East Jerusalem, and the Golan Heights. The occupation of these territories has been a central issue in the conflict, with Palestinians seeking statehood and Israelis citing security concerns. The 1987 First Intifada was a Palestinian uprising against Israeli rule in the occupied territories. It led to the Oslo Accords in the 1990s, a series of agreements between Israel and the Palestine Liberation Organization, PLO. These accords established the Palestinian Authority and set the framework for future negotiations. However, peace has remained elusive, with continued settlement building, violence, and political disagreements stalling progress. More recently, clashes in Gaza, West Bank settlements, and Jerusalem have reignited tensions. The 2006 Lebanon War numerous Gaza conflicts, and the 2021 escalation following tensions in Jerusalem's Sheikh Jarrah neighborhood and the Al-Aqsa Mosque compound highlight the persistent volatility. Section 5. Recent updates. In recent months, the situation has become increasingly volatile. Iran's nuclear ambitions have heightened fears of a broader conflict, with Israel openly opposing any deal that allows Iran to develop nuclear weapons. Israel has conducted numerous operations to sabotage Iran's nuclear program, while Iran continues to expand its capabilities. Meanwhile, in Palestine, protests and violent clashes continue. The eviction of Palestinian families in East Jerusalem and the expansion of Israeli settlements in the West Bank have led to international outcry. The Abraham Accords, normalization agreements between Israel and several Arab nations, including the UAE and Bahrain, have added a new dimension to the regional dynamics. While these accords have improved Israel's relations with some Arab states, they have also intensified the sense of isolation and frustration among Palestinians. Section 6. The human impact. Beyond the politics and history, it's crucial to remember the human cost. Millions of people on both sides have been affected by this conflict. Families have been torn apart, and lives have been lost. Humanitarian crises in Gaza and the West Bank are ongoing, with efforts for peace and reconciliation seeming more critical than ever. The blockade on Gaza has led to severe economic hardship, limiting access to essential goods and services. In the West Bank, restrictions on movement and the presence of military checkpoints have disrupted daily life. On the Israeli side, communities near the Gaza border live under the constant threat of rocket attacks. The psychological toll of this conflict is immense, affecting generations of Israelis and Palestinians. The Iran-Israel conflict and the Israel-Palestine war are complex issues with deep historical roots and significant global implications. Understanding the past and keeping up with the present can help us navigate these turbulent waters. Thank you for watching. If you found this video informative, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more updates on global issues. Until next time, stay informed and stay safe.